Hi guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alisa Rahmanurlita and my student number is A320180208. Today, in this video, I will present my analysis their poetry and the title is The Rhodora by Weldon Emerson. Meaning of stanza. In the first stanza, the poet remembered a time in May when he was in the forest. The poet described a strong sea wind to pierce his and his listeners' solitudes. And this wind takes a person out of his mind and forces him to pay more attention to the things around him. After that, the writer shows fresh Rhodora in the wood. Fresh there means nothing has been touched, and the author shows his not so sunny life as described by the word in a damp note. The meaning in second stanza. Continue from the previous stanza, and the stanza provides details on the state of the flower and the elements around it. Purple petals fell on the pool that had black water. They show that plants that fall in gloomy puddles can still look beautiful. The third stanza. In this stanza, the poet speaks to the flowers and says, "If ever a sage asks why there is so much beauty in the earth and sky," the poet tries to express that beauty comes from himself. And the fourth stanza. In the last stanza contains a poet comparing Rhodora with roses, but according to the poet, Rhodora is much more beautiful than roses. From the first time he found Rhodora in the forest in May until now, he never thought to ask what made him find the flower in the forest. Alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound at the beginnings of words. For example, alliteration of the repeated use of the P sounds in the phrase, "The purple petal fall in the pool," and the repeated use of the R sound in the phrase, "Why two were there, O rival of the rose?" The reason for its use is to get a present sentence for the meaning of a sentence and to get the effect of a misunderstanding when reading the poem. Personification. Personification is a figure of speech that attacks human characteristics to inanimate objects and abstract ideas. In this poetry, there is a personification figures, namely Rhodora, if the sage asked did why. The reason the author chose to use the word is because it attempts to give advice to people about the answers to the question of his admirer. And the use of this word has an impact on the poetry, namely to make the poetry more alive, and the writer's message to the reader can be easily accepted. Tone or mood. Weldon Emerson in this poem puts forward philosophical ideas related to nature. Poetry has a sophisticated form with a skillful blend of octave verses and heroic verses. The poetry also has a philosophical tone which remains unchanged until the end of the poem. Even when the poet seems to ask the existence of these flowers, even though he already knows the answer. And that is for the plot setting in the poetry to make it more interesting. Theme. The main theme of this poem is divinity, beauty, and surprise inspiration. After studying the poem, the writer showed their spiritual connection to the divine's primitive realm, and that humans can share the same relationship with God through nature. It was discovered after he traveled through the humid forest and found a beautiful blooming flower named Rhodora, which looked as beautiful as a rose. Also, the flower Rhodora is as beautiful as a rose. Flower Rhodora remains humble and does not care about fame. There is the explanation of my analysis of poetry. Thank you for watching my video. Stay healthy guys, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.